Hello,
live.
hello.
Hello.
Episode 14.
You guys cannot believe we are already on episode 14. Woo! But we have something for you today. But before we get into that, I just wanted to welcome everybody to Two Queens and Crystal Things. You guys already know this is the podcast where we are on some Manifest Your Life. Mia, what are we on?
Shift your mind.
And we are on the raise the consciousness type
of shit.
Okay. So I'm Christie.
And I am Mia. And you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next hour.
You're welcome.
Right? So, last week, before we get into what we're talking about today, we interviewed our friend Shannon. And she was so gracious and open and vulnerable with us. Wait, look.
She just
texted? Because she is recording today. And shared her spiritual journey. So this was actually the first time we interviewed somebody. And we will continue to do these periodically because we want to just make sure that we give different perspectives of people going through their spiritual journey because we want you to see yourselves or hear something that resonates with you. Yep. So, thank you, Shannon. We really appreciate it.
Thank you,
if you guys haven't listened, and she baby.
Yes.
She let us know.
Shannon is a powerhouse.
Yeah, she is.
She is a powerhouse.
Amazing.
A friend of mine just got a reading from you, and I actually talked to her about the episode. I was like, you need to go back and listen to it, so she's going to do that. So today...
What are we talking about today?
Ooh, child.
So y'all already know anything this exciting.
Oh, my goodness.
That's something to do with some penis. Go ahead.
Pretty much. So, you guys, we are talking about a subject that I know that a lot of some of y'all nasty folk. No, I'm joking. But you guys have been waiting for us to talk about. We are talking about sex today.
Again, part 2. Because we did do sex.
Did we?
We did sex.
Like, really? Like, sex? Did we dig deep?
This is part 2. That's what I'm saying. This is 2.0.
So this is part 2.
We can't come out with this conversation. We started off with, let's talk about it. Now it's part 2.
So, I mean, I probably mentioned it in part 1, but sex isn't bad. Sex is not a bad thing. It's natural. It's not sinful. We've been trained to think that way. And then I'd also like to reiterate that some of y'all aren't doing it right anyway. So,
wrong.
Yeah. But I do
it wrong.
Right. Some of y'all are doing it wrong.
If it feels bad, you're doing it wrong.
If it doesn't feel right, like if you're not hiding in bushes.
Oh my God. I almost just choked on this motherfucker.
Look, if you're not hiding in bushes or trying to figure out how the next time you're gonna get access to it, then it's wrong. If you're trying to come up with excuses. If you're trying to come up with excuses as to why you cannot, I got to do the dishes, I got to fold the clothes.
Bitch, please help me.
I need to pluck your pubic hair, then you know that it's not.
Mike, please. More wine. I'm not going to make it through
Yes,
this.
we are drinking wine, you guys. We're drinking wine. I'm a red person, by the way. I love Malbec, a good Malbec.
Ooh, child.
But I did want to share the stuff that we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
We're going to talk about a lot of stuff this evening, but I did just want to let you know that some of the things that we do discuss, it's not necessarily what we believe in or what we actually practice, but it is, we're just sharing. We're sharing, and it's up to you using your tuition, opening up your heart space, and just really sensing and feeling if it's something that works for you, because ultimately this whole journey is based on you, what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you feel good, and that is going to be perfect and good for you. Okay, so I just want to put that out there because do not at me because I will at you back.
I will at you. Christy ain't got no problem at nobody, by the way. I just ignore shit.
My 45 is coming early, so I will be 45 October 12th. Yay!
Libra season.
But one of my friends was telling me, oh yeah, once 45 comes, you just don't give a fuck. Well, it's already been happening. I
told you, my fucks are gone. I don't even know where they are.
I'm in the negative right now.
So, because we are talking about spiritual journeys, what we're talking about is honestly the complicated relationship between spirituality and sex. And Christy just said before we started, it makes no sense for it to be complicated because it's literally one of the most natural things that we can do. But
if it's done the right way, and if it's with the right person, I think that's the caveat that I have.
So I think that. Here's the crux of the difficulty. We have differing messages. So it's like, something that is natural to us, having a sexual desire. We are trained to believe, it's bad if you have too much of a sexual desire. There's a time and a place and blah, blah, blah,
Especially
blah.
for women. Like, it's okay
rules
for men to have a high sex drive, but it's not okay for women to have a high sex drive. Or if women have a high, because I do have a high sex drive. And when I tell you in your 40s,
it's different.
Your 40s.
It's like it's literally it's like I'm a 19-year-old little boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's stupid. It's stupid. But yeah, so I have a high sex drive, so my partner has to match me.
He gonna have to match that energy. So I think that what happens is why it's complicated is because we have these different messages. So something that's natural to us, we're taught is bad for us. That's bad. We shouldn't be thinking that. So anytime you have this natural reaction and have a sexual desire, we're taught to kind of repress it, don't tell anybody about it, which makes us go do shit in the dark. So, but think about how fucked up that is, because it's like it's natural as being hungry. So if I say I'm hungry and I'm taught, oh my goodness, don't say that out loud.
People
aren't hungry. What's wrong with you? You don't do that. You have to be 25 to be hungry. And then so I'm just sitting up there hungry, sneaking cookies and shit. Now,
and then you feel bad.
I've created a problem. I'm shaming myself, and now I have this secret identity. I have this mask on. When I'm just walking around hungry, I just want some snacks.
But I want some eggplant.
I mean, I was just, I was trying to make it less. I ain't gonna make it through this, y'all.
She just wants some roasted eggplant. Look, I have to admit, I am so excited to talk about this because
I can tell. She tried it. She tried it. Yeah.
This is my favorite subject. Like forever. Like if I was to go back and get a degree in something, I would get a degree in sex. Like, because
I'm so curious what that curriculum is, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
That would be cool.
Foreplay.
Actually, yeah. What would be
hand play?
Ooh. Wait, no, we
How
have to
do you
back
use
up.
your mouth?
We gotta back it up. We gotta start with desire.
Yes, desire. Because you just can't desire anybody. Well, I mean, I don't know. So we'll get it.
Okay. Yep. True. All right.
We'll get into that. So the whole reason this whole conversation kind of started up, and I was like, Mia, we really need to talk about sex. Like, talk about the nitty, the gritty, the nasty.
Christy wanted to draw a diagram for y'all. So then put your foot here.
But no, she referred me to this book, and it's called The Tao of Sexology, and it's the book of infinite wisdom. And so
This shit was the shit.
It's a really good book.
It.
So she referred this book to me back, I want to say December, maybe January, and I purchased it right when, because whatever Mia tells me to do, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And so I ordered it right then and there, but it took me, I just read it like 3 weeks ago. It's just been sitting on my, because whatever. But I read it in a day. I mean, it's sex.
Right, you're like, I never knew. I'm like, I told you would like this book.
And I actually feel like I have to read it again. But it was a very interesting book in that the Taoists believe that the sexual glands were endowed with God's power to create and God's intelligence to organize life. And so through this practice, the Taoists help to elevate self. I'm like, what are you doing?
I literally have notes on this page about this.
See? And she talks about me. This chick wrote notes.
Just be quiet about it. But she's a freak.
I have no, look, and that's the thing. I have no problem saying that I enjoy sex. And I think that's the thing that we need to work through.
That's true. No, seriously.
Because we're not supposed to.
I think I still have, even though I know better, I think there's still a part of me, this stigma. It's like, you don't talk about it. But like, I'm for real nasty.
Look, she was like, I'm for real nasty. Tonight, don't you want to come with me? Do you think I'm a nasty?
Hey!
That's my song. That's my song.
Hey, why can you hear that song? You can't not body roll. If you, let me tell you something. Ooh.
Body roll
is... You can tell a lot about a woman by the way she responds when you play that song Nasty Girl. If she don't get the body rolling or something,
right, gyrating,
might be a little sexual suppression
there.
there.
I don't have that problem. So. I don't
all the time I can drop one beat, and she's like, "Hey."
Right. So my sexual partner knows, and he's been around for some time. But my sexual partner knows how I am about sex, and we're like, it's very normal for us. And we'll just we just talk about it and we schedule. So okay, so are we meeting for sex or what? Okay, lunch is good.
Is this an appointment?
Right. So sex or what?
Or a meet and greet. What are we doing here?
And then we'll be talking. I'm like, okay, so chop chop. Time is ticking. Got some things to do.
You had said this was
no. It's very normal for us. We have a very 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 healthy sex life, and we talk about it. So one of the things with just going back to the practice of Taoists is that through the practice, the Taoists hope to elevate self-healing to its fullest potential, to energize the whole body and to defy time. And so honestly, I'm on board. You guys already know how I feel about sex, front and center. So what are your thoughts about this, Mia?
Well, obviously, I'm the one who told you to read the book because I was telling you some. So I would tell you that what I do appreciate so much how
maybe women in the spiritual world are freaky because
I think that what I do appreciate about the way that the Tao talk about sex is that it's always about. It's very much so about a healthy relationship with yourself and sex and your connection to God. So the reason I like it is because there's nothing in there where the man or woman is more powerful over the other, where one controls the situation. It is definitely much of a merging of two godly beings, and that's beautiful to me.
Beautiful.
So I'm definitely on board with that. It's a meshing
Hey. She's body rolling.
I need some help, y'all.
You don't have me stripping here.
I'll be okay.
Look, I told her, I was like, I'm already hot.
So actually, what I want to talk about before we get into the that part, I want to talk about. So in the book, they talk about the 9 levels of orgasm for a woman, and let me tell y'all something. When I told Chris to read this, I could not wait for her to read it because I just knew she was gonna be like, "Wait a minute now, 9? Let's talk about this." So, Christy, I know you got some thoughts on this.
Yeah, so I'll break it down. So the 9, and the thing is, this part, I was just like, oh, boo, this isn't exciting. But, so the 9 levels of orgasm in a female.
I thought this was hilarious.
It's broken down, so there are 9 of them. Mm-hmm. And so how do you even explain an orgasm? I feel like it's just heaven. I don't even know how to explain it. It's
It is. So, the French refer to it as, petite mort, a little death. Petite mort.
Yes, I die every day. Every day. A little bit every day.
I think the best way to describe an orgasm, how it feels to me is, it is like all the energies from the outer extremities, from your feet, from your hand, all coming to one spot, and you can't. And it's almost like it's all to me, the build up to the orgasm is damn near better than the orgasm. Because it's I can feel it, oh my God,
especially when you're high. Ooh. So I'm a canosexual too, so that's another thing. I'm just coming out the closet, you guys.
Let me tell you, the first time I heard this was from you. What was that, 2 days ago? Can you please? Is this a word you made up by the way?
No, it's not. It's actually very prevalent within the cannabis community.
That's a word. That's
a word.
Thing?
Yes.
Please tell the people what the canosexual is. I need to know if I'm a canosexual.
So a canosexual is a person who prefers to have sex. I don't want to say under the influence, but essentially under the influence of weed. They use weed as part of their sexual intercourse.
Okay, so is it prefers or chooses to? Because I don't know if it depends on the day, the time.
Baby, when sex being high is.
Oh no, it's amazing, but girl, I'm always trying to levitate off of something, honey.
Right. But to be honest, whether or not I'm high or I'm not high, the person that I have sex with, it is good either way. It's just
absolutely.
I feel high afterwards, with or without,
That's
oh my gosh,
child.
I can't wait for tomorrow.
Lord Jesus, help her.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, the 9 levels of orgasm. Okay, so level 1, the energized organ is the lungs, and so the response is the woman sighs, breathes heavily, salivates. Level 2, it energizes the heart. So the woman, while kissing the man, extends her tongue out to him. And according to Su Wen, or Classic of the Internal by the Yellow Emperor, the tongue corresponds to the heart. Level 3. The energized organs, spleen, pancreas, and stomach. So as her muscles become activated, the woman grasps and holds the man tightly. Girl, hold on to him. Level 4, it energizes the kidneys and the bladder. So the woman experiences a series of vaginal spasms at this time and secretions begin to flow. So y'all, when I tell you, like, I told you about this when I recently had a G-spot orgasm.
Yes, Jesus.
So I've had the clitoris orgasm. And mommy, if you were listening, I'm so sorry.
Mommy, please don't listen.
I know my mom.
Like, just give it 100. You like, it's certain stuff you don't even want to know.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to
get off right now.
Mommy. So the clitoral orgasm is the one that I've usually have, but I've also had a breast orgasm.
Oh, I've definitely had
nipple.
Anal. But you know, I'm part of the itty bitty titty community. I think us bees. What's up to the bee squad?
I'm C.
I think women our nipples are more sensitive. Let me tell you. Do that right.
I thought they were dead. I thought my nipples died because I breastfed both of my kids for.
You said I thought they died.
I thought they were just gone because I breastfed both of my kids for a year, and I was just like, "There's nothing." I don't do like nothing.
I need y'all to see this face stuff.
Until one day.
And then,
when they were resurrected on the third day. Let me shut up. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna make it. You guys.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make it.
I'm so excited about this episode. Okay. All right.
Wait. Oh, five. Yes. Okay.
5 is the energized organ is the bone. The woman's joints loosen and she begins to bite the man.
Right. I just have a question. I would love to hear you doing bedtime stories for your kids.
And
she
then,
gets into it. She got the.
And then he pooped on the toilet.
You can't just read the words. I'm like, and you know how look. Chrissy knows how dramatic my daughter is. She didn't get that from any place. Girl, I used to get into it. I'm like, when you like,
love Mia.
I wish y'all could see these faces she's making with it too, because it's like, it's epic.
But I'm excited.
I love this. Continue reading me.
Okay. All right, so 6 is the energized organs, the liver and the nerves. So the woman undulates. That's the body roll. And gyrates like a snake.
You know she's snaking.
Trying to wrap her arms and legs around the man. That is some passionate stuff.
I feel like that might, like, right now, I think anytime I think of like, you know how you'll have a memory of a person, a time, you know what I mean? I think, what is that, level 6 you just read?
6.
I think it's always 6 to come back. You'd be like,
right.
And that's when you get that aftershock, like,
I get the aftershock.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so I probably shouldn't say this. Hopefully my daughter's not listening to this podcast.
Girl,
I had sex in the kitchen the other day.
Yes.
And it was the best. The absolute best. And there's always like this point where it's like, okay, bye, kiss goodbye. The kiss turns into level 6.
You said the kiss turns into level 6.
Undulating, wrapping the arms, and then I get turned around and pushed on the wall and hit from the back. I'm sorry.
Christy is working on what do you call those what's that genre of books? The nasty books.
Oh, well, it's not a nasty book.
I mean, I know, but what's the word for it?
Porn?
Sexual.
No. I don't know. I don't
sexual
do porn.
fiction.
Sexual fiction.
Something like that,
I don't do porn, so
But I'm just saying, I'm like, you just did a whole scene. You just wrote a scene right there.
There you go.
Sexual.
Oh my gosh.
I might have made that up.
But this is my life. This is like my sexual life. So anyway. All right, we are at 7. Hopefully my daughter's not listening. 7, the energized organ is blood. The woman's blood is boiling.
I get hot than a motherfucker.
I'm over here sweating.
I mean, I get
my pits
like hot. I get, girl, like when that sweat start coming down your body. Ooh,
she is frantically trying to touch the man everywhere. I'm over here salivating.
She gonna make me spit.
Okay, level 8. And the crazy thing is, like, my partner, we are so attracted to each other that it's just like we could just, our longest has been 19 hours.
So, and any of the single women out there right now, I just want you to know how hard it is when you have a friend who's like literally has sex.
But
every
your
day.
singledom is by choice.
It
because
totally is.
You know exactly what you deserve.
True.
And he's coming.
And I definitely have. I can go get some dick and shit. I can. But I'm trying to get to level 9.
So that's the thing.
I'm on
like,
level 9.
Right. Okay. So let me keep going. Okay. So
that means I can't go backwards because I've been to 6 and 7. But let's talk about this 8 and 9.
Okay. So 8, the energized organs, the muscles. Her muscles.
Wait, why do we both just? I'm like, I'm feeling. Relax.
Her muscles totally relax. She bites even more and grabs the man's nipples.
Okay,
I'm over here salivating.
One person. I've been to 8 one time. Well, one person.
Really? That's like every day for me.
Oh my God, I'm gonna choke her.
Okay, so level 9, the entire body is energized. She collapses in a little death. She completely. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this is what I'm curious about.
She completely surrenders to the man. Is completely opened up.
Okay, here's the issue. This is why I say I'm not sure about 8 and 9, and I'm getting very personal because I've definitely just in terms of, but what usually happens after I reach the peak of an orgasm, I don't get the fuck away from me. So I haven't gotten to she surrenders.
But this is the orgasm.
But you know what I mean? But the response after is like, okay, and it's like, whew. Then it's like, okay, now give me 5 seconds. I would love to get to the point where I'm with somebody and I get.
But see, I feel like in order for you to, and again, I think
I'm
maybe
hot, and I'm you know what I mean? And it's been such a joyful like ride getting there.
So Mia's basically one of those people that hits it and quits it. Essentially,
that is false news. False news.
Thank you. I've had it. So if you can move over to the other side of the bed, your duty is complete.
So I would say the most intimate moments, the most intimate moments, like when I think about like the orgasm, like honestly, if I'm being for real, afterwards, for me to be that comfortable and just like I still want to just kind of be in your space. This honestly, that hasn't happened a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I think, but I'm saying one person and it irritates the shit out of me to say that. Just say one person. Look, she over here hot, y'all.
My armpits are like, I am sweating, like sweating. But I already told me I gave her.
It's just, I want to be with someone where I'm level 9 in it every day. All the time. Because the drive is high, but my level of vulnerability with someone changes depending on who it is. So when I'm saying I can definitely have my little fun and to be quite honest with you, don't be offended, gentlemen. Listen to this. All I can do is be hard and sit there. I can work the shit out myself. To be quite honest, I don't.
I got this.
Really, you can shut the fuck up and just be hard, but. When I'm talking about just in terms of what I want.
Some men can't.
I know that
stay.
Sucks. Damn. Sorry, but I think that what I'm saying, what I'm looking for is like I want level 9 type of intimacy. That level of vulnerability is what I want to be able to feel with somebody.
I feel like you can't just do that with everyone.
That's the point.
But that then leads us into the question that you asked me.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready to?
Yes. So Christy and I were talking. I have random thoughts. Okay, so I was thinking, if we looked at sex as a pure energy exchange, right? So let's just say there is no gender. There are no sexual parts. Like there's no penises, there's no vaginas, there's no nothing. Like literally, it's just a sexual energy, no nipples.
Even if you have three of them.
Like literally no sexual organs, but you could still feel sex, but it was literally just a meshing of someone's spiritual energy with yours. Like you can get to love, like you would still have the same reaction. It's just, but it's all it is energy. So you can't look at a man, because my mouth just watered. About it.
I'm over here a fan of myself. She's over here drooling.
So it's not, how you meet, you especially a guy that you're intimate with, you see him and you, like, let me tell you something. If I'm having sex with a man, I can see his penis from 3 football. 3 football fields away. I'm trying to, like, and I can tell when it's like, oh, he's trying to stand up. It's like, because the intimacy, right? But what if there was none of that? Would you think about, I want you guys to think about all the people that you've been with. Would you still be intimate? Would you be willing to share energy, just pure energy? Like literally this person energy is in yours and your energy is in theirs. Would you be willing to do that with everybody that you've had sex with, the way that we define it now? And so we were talking about this, and without being too intimate, I was like, okay, if I'm keeping it 100, probably 1 or 2 people could still get it. And I'm really thinking 1, to be quiet. If it was sex was just pure energy sharing, and it has nothing to do about physical and how big or fat or juicy or what. See? Ain't that some fucked up shit? If you really, but here's the thing. That's actually what we're doing, guys. That is what we're doing.
No, it's
You're
true.
Sharing energy. Like no matter, and in whatever way that you are engaging in the intercourse, in the sex,
in the sex,
whatever way that you're engaging in it, understanding you are at your most vulnerable and open at that time. So the person whose energy you are taking in, that shit really does affect you. It does matter, which is why
STDs.
Which is why a lot of like spiritually, that's the reason we should be choosy.
They call them sexually transmitted demons.
Wait, let me tell you something. That's real.
No, it's absolutely real. Absolutely real.
And I think so. To me, when I think about if someone's when you think about I'm exchanging energy with someone, and then knowing what I know now and understanding the difference, it's easy for me to be like, if the energy ain't right, I don't like. Dudes, I don't care what you look like. I legit don't care I don't care what you're working with. If I feel like the energy that you have and is going to, you know what I mean? Like if it's going to mesh together and we can manifest it, it's not going to matter that. But no, I don't, it's not carnal for me anymore. It's I'm past even though the sex drive is like crazy, it's past the carnal. Like it's just not enough. I don't just be like, oh, I just want to fuck today.
No, I mean I think that
has
comes
to be connected to a person.
Yeah, no, that comes with maturity too.
What is that? I need that energy. I want some of that.
Right.
and it's the energy. It's like, ooh, I think you know what I mean?
And so as I have gotten older, because I have had lots of partners.
I mean, it's relative.
But I think if you are my age, then you probably will have multiple partners. But
if you're lucky.
But I will say that as I have matured and I think about my intimate relationship with men a little bit differently. I'm very, very picky.
So do you think it's literally only one person that you?
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's
one. And that's the person I'm having sex with now.
And so this is what I think is funny. So we're trained as women that that let's get into this purity shit. Like that keep your numbers low and blah 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 and all this. And see the reason that they're saying this
shit.
is what?
Sorry, nothing.
Oh, Sorry. The reason that they're saying it is because they're teaching us like it's all about what other people will think of you. But if they taught us, like, I'm definitely hoping everybody, that we could teach to our daughters. If they taught us, this isn't about how somebody else is going to feel about you. This is about what the energy that you're putting into yourself and how you're going to feel about yourself. Yep. So it's not like, oh, don't do that because I don't give a fuck what nobody think. If you think I had sex with 1,000 people in one, and it doesn't matter because I'm still going to do what the hell I want to do. But I'm just smart enough to understand, like, oh, I get this. This is about selective energy. And I like that STDs, the sexually transmitted demon, that energy that's in you, and
you
y'all
have to be careful. Yeah.
And think about it. Anytime, for real, anytime you've had sex with someone, even if it's an exchange of energy. So, and
whether it's good or bad,
it's happening. You can't stop that. So think about the times you've been intimate with someone. And like it was good, you got one off. Everybody's happy, but you feel low. Like you know what I mean? It's just like, wow, I'm lethargic, and I'm like, but then some people you feel Yep, I have hit level 9. Sorry, just had a whole flash.
So she realized she too has gotten to level 9 of the female orgasm.
Yes, and almost every time, because I was thinking about the re-energizing. I'm like, actually, we were very naughty.
When I tell you I need to have a trophy.
In locations.
Oh, yeah, we closed the restaurant down.
Yes, Lord.
In the South Loop, we had sex in the bathroom. But I think that's important.
Couple of restaurants, actually. But, okay, so...
I think that's important,
I think it is important because it's exploration, it's adventure. Stop trying to make this shit so goddamn hard.
Right, it doesn't have to be dry. Like, I feel
had sex in water tower bathroom.
See, but that's good. Well, I mean, I've had sex in, like, a nasty, dirty Mexican restaurant somewhere, like... a hole-in-the-wall Mexican restaurant. I've had
fun times.
Yeah, and then I also had sex at a restaurant in the South Loop. And to this day, we kind of say, we shut the restaurant down because we had sex in the bathroom.
Shut. Well, if you're going to shut it down, right? That's how you shut it down.
And it was in the men's bathroom, and so we came out of the stall, and the man was there.
No, I'm thinking about it. I'm complaining.
But I feel like that's like sex should be enjoyed. It should be fun. It should be thrilling. It should be passionate.
Can I tell you what I think the most important thing about sex is?
What?
Honest.
That too. Because when you're honest, you can have a connection.
Man.
You can have a better connection with someone when you're honest. Let me tell you something.
Look, we're going to keep it 100, y'all. Look. It's enough P and D out here for everybody. You know what I mean? Like it's plentiful. Okay? It's plentiful. Okay. It is plentiful out here. So there is no need to be dishonest, to lead somebody on, to say just for that, because you really, honestly, when you get somebody to do something and they don't know what they're getting themselves into, honestly, you only getting half what you could be getting, because now somebody's feeling bad or sad and they're having sex with you because they want to keep you, or you know what I mean? It's like you're not getting the best of somebody who feels good and confident, like, I know we good, we have our understanding. Whew, getting something. Yes. You want this magic.
And when I also feel like if you are having sex out of obligation, that's not good.
Let me tell you something. I mean, obligatory sex to me is like,
it should be illegal.
Please.
It's not right. No, it's not.
I mean, I can think of so
many. Or if you feel like
I would rather do than
or
have
if you feel like you have to drink,
sex.
Or if you feel like you have to get high in order to have sex with that person. Even though I did say that I am a canosexual. I mean, I can have sex without weed, but
I know
sex with weed.
Oh, so good. But no,
if you have not done it,
sex. Let me tell.
The worst.
And especially if it's like, brought in with it's your duty, or my favorite is if it was you asking, I would do it.
Well, see, the thing is, so I mean,
so I will always get back to let's talk about why I'm not thinking about you when I'm at work and wanting to come home and fuck.
Right, especially if it's like 5 minutes. Like, don't tell me, don't come with me about.
Wait. Christie said, wait a minute, hold on. You're not. I'm not gonna make it.
No, I mean, I'm serious. So you guys look, I'm coming out the closet. So yes, I have a very high sex drive, and don't give me 5 minutes. Don't give me 10 minutes. Unless it's scheduled that way. Because I have scheduled.
Oh my God, this girl and her schedule. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Because we have meetings and we're both very busy, so sometimes we're like, okay, how much time you got? I got 15 minutes. But you know what? It's the best it's quality.
About this, let me tell you something.
Quality penis.
No. Let me get you, with the right person.
The right person,
baby. 10 pumps. How good? Because I'm halfway to an orgasm just thinking about you being inside of me. Like, hey, just
I'm about to do a victory lap around this house real quick.
Real quick, just meet me. What?
Right.
Damn, my mouth is watering. I'm serious. Like, and then, you know, on the other side of that, it's like, I'm about to have an 8-hour meditation with you. We just gonna be up in here just.
So the woman that I see, I'm over here messing up my.
And eating, and then get back into it.
That's actually, so the 19 hours that we had, we ordered food in.
The best way to do it.
Got food delivered. I mean, I didn't put clothes on, but, you know, ended up eating the food while I was in the bed naked, and I got right back to it. Like, you gotta have sustenance.
Let me tell you something, girl. Basically, what you just described is Mia's perfect Sunday with the love. Right?
To be honest,
let me tell you something.
I could do it all day.
Naked. I just need a little champagne. A little weed. All day?
I can do it. I mean, 19 hours, that was like our top. So 5 hours was our longest, and then
we'll take a quick little. Let me tell you something. Especially with the right person, somebody wake up and roll. Oh, Jesus.
19 hours. Man. She's over here banging on the table.
Okay, we need to move on.
Let's talk about oral sex.
All right. Whew.
Oh, I guess I need to get some more cheese, huh? She don't eat all the cheese.
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta. Oh my.
Smoked Gouda.
I just realized we're literally talking into dicks.
We are.
These fucking microphones look like.
We are.
Very well proportioned penises.
They're mushrooms.
Exactly what I.
So this book, what's it called? The Tao of Sexology.
Oral sex.
Yeah, but it'll also tell you how to know the shape of a man's penis.
And let me tell you something. I've been doing this for years, y'all. This is 100 grand. Let me tell you one thing I ain't never been caught off guard about is coming up on little things. Now, I'm like, oh, no. I mean, I can tell the motion of the ocean by the way a man walk.
Can you?
Oh, my gosh, yes, absolutely. So, but it is because you kind of want to. Look, every woman knows what works for her, and if you don't, venture out a little bit.
Okay, so I'm kind of surprised. I'm sorry, I got some stuff. I'm kind of surprised because my partner, the sex is amazing, and it keeps getting better, and I know it's going to continue to get better. But I was surprised when he mentioned that he can't dance.
Really?
Because I was like, based off
He's an athlete.
Yeah, he is an athlete. But based off of our sexual experience, I would have never...
Well, you know what? A lot of people say that they can't dance when really they're just not comfortable dancing in front of people.
Okay. I can take that.
Because saying you can't dance doesn't mean I don't have rhythm. Because you know, some people are like, for real, you're a dancer. He's like, I don't know how to dance. Like, what you mean? I don't know how to do that.
I had him strip for me.
Oh, how was that?
It was fun.
I had someone that would do that for me.
It was fun. Honestly, you guys, sex should be fun. If it's with the right person, it should be enjoyable. It should
if I'm laughing.
Oh, all the time.
It's not that difficult.
I drool during.
But oral sex.
Sorry. Let's talk about oral sex.
Sorry. What were you gonna say about the oral? What that mouth do though?
Again, I think when you are in a committed relation,
see, this is what I'm saying. you're about to do exactly what we all do. This is why the relationship is so complicated.
Which is why I cut myself off.
But this is what we do.
But I think when you find yourself in a relationship where you're intimate with someone and you're comfortable with them to that point. So here's the thing. So I was never really fond of oral sex. I never really did it. Like with my first husband.
When you say you weren't fond, you mean fond giving and receiving, or
giving? Like I would see blogs and memes of women talking about, oh my gosh, I love giving oral sex so much. I'm like, how? Like, why? Until now.
They said, and then 40 came in.
Oh my goodness. Because I was just like, where have you been? I have never met this version of myself, which I knew was always there. I mean, I've always been very sexual, but for whatever reason, oral sex.
It's so fun to still learn more stuff.
Right, but for whatever reason, oral sex was just never one of those things. So my first marriage, I didn't, I would do it. I would dibble and dabble, and then my second marriage, I would do it on occasion, but I would never enjoy it. Oh my gosh! Now I enjoy it.
I'm gonna tell you why I always enjoyed it.
Tell us.
Because I was like, what more powerful position can I be in? This motherfucker can't do shit. I'd like the power of it. I think for me, as a young 20-something.
Oh, so she likes the empowering piece of it.
Yes.
I do admit.
Because I've had conversations with women where they're like, I don't like it because, like, it's like I'm on my knees, I'm kneeling to him. I'm like, girl. No. I'm like, I don't see. The way I saw it was, I'm in full goddess mode. Like, and I can bring you to your knees with my mouth. Your knees. You gonna meet me down here. You're gonna beg me. Wait. So to me, I like the power of it. So I never looked at that as disempowering. The only time I remember, like when you're in like high school and stuff, and people start fucking, you'd be like, you allowed to fuck, but nobody can suck dick. It's like, oh no, if you was the dick sucker, you're the whore. So
because I remember those girls like, oh my gosh, you gave me head.
It felt like that until. Like some point in college, I was just like, I'm over this shit. And then I went to college in Atlanta too. I'm like, girl, what?
Isn't that crazy?
I'm like, who? Like, and so to me, it's a part of the sexual playbook. It's like we're doing this and it's just.
Oh my gosh! So I was told. What's today? Today's Wednesday. I was told on Tuesday or Monday, one of the days that I had sex, that I should like teach a workshop on sucking dick.
Oh, compliment! Tell him to record that. Record him saying that.
He was like for real.
Every time you be like, "Wait, I'm sorry. You're complaining about something? Need I remind you of this?"
But the thing is, like we have been together for a while, and we kind of separate our relationship in different phases or different, different phases. So 1.0 of our relationship, I really didn't give him head a lot. 2.0, I never gave him head a lot. But 3.0, he was like, I don't know what happened, but shit.
Well,
you've been holding back.
Well, you said that as you got older, your desire to do it. See, that's the thing getting to, and I think so much of this has to do with
it's self
feeling sexually and confident.
Right.
It's like
that's it too.
It's like I feel good. I feel confident, and then it's just and like you get to a certain point because when you're with someone, I don't care if it's if we two pumping it or we hours in, whatever it is. When you know what you're getting, it's like every time you're with this person, and especially when that energy is right, you're like I'm just trying to do whatever I know is going to please you because I know for a fact I'm good. You got
say that again.
I'm trying to do whatever I can to make sure I please you because I know for a fact I'm good. I know for a fact I'm walking out of here happy and barely walking.
There have been times where I would roll over.
That, you walk in like, oh my god, like I'm about to.
What you need? I'm about to wear that ass out. And don't have music playing too because now I have it like
now I gotta put it.
I got a choreograph.
Absolutely. What?
It's a music.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Decision made. We are definitely starting a video record these because when I tell y'all just okay. Ooh, I cannot breathe. Child help. Okay, wait. We're definitely decision made. It's on because they needed to see it. You do have to clear. Let me tell you something. I don't care. And this is the crazy thing. When the energy is right and you're with someone, you feel like it's almost like, oh my goodness. It's almost like I'm building something here. I'm making, you know what I mean? I don't want no more babies, but you know what I'm saying? It's like
my gosh.
This shit counts.
So we joke
you know
about
what I mean? Like this counts.
So we joke about it often because I can't have any babies and he can't have any babies, but after we've had sex, we're just like, that would have been a baby right there. That would have been twins. Actually, yesterday would have been triplets.
Triplets?
Oh my goodness.
You nasty fuckers.
But it is, it's for real.
So, and here's here's the interesting thing. I'm sorry, guys. We get sidetracked. But we talked about how what sex can do for you spiritually, and I know Christy loves talking about sex magic. But honestly, guys, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. When that, as I said, it feels like you building. When that energy is right, you can heal.
Yeah.
Heal, Heal.
You can manifest.
So even so, in the book they were talking about the Tao of sexology. They call it morning, like they call it prayer. Mm. Because when you think about
prayer every day, all day.
No, and they're saying that you do need prayer every day,
every day.
See, and also it's never to overindulge in one thing and nothing. You can't overindulge in nothing.
I don't overindulge in it.
I just indulge it.
I have sex for lunch.
Oh, girl.
For dinner. Or dessert. Or bedtime. Nightcap. Morning coffee.
Morning. I miss morning coffee. Lunch. Whew. Okay, sorry, I had a moment there. But because again, we're not talking like I'm talking about seriously when the energy is right.
Yeah, the energy.
When you have someone that is matching your energy, you're matching their energy, and you guys are really vibing like that. Sex, especially when it's in honesty, ooh, child. Sex can be something like it's.
You can get it.
It's meditation. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Sex is a form of meditation. There's lots of forms. Like you don't always have to be sitting in the lotus position and all that. There's a lot of ways to meditate. And at the end of the day, what it's about is getting you to the most relaxed state where another piece of you opens up and allows you to connect with your spirit. The right person and energy that you are interchanging with, y'all. Do you know what you can do? Let me tell you something.
I've invited my guys in sometimes when we have sex.
Oh. Explain. To watch?
Not to watch, but... Not to watch, but... I think just to be present, like to have the energy. Mm-hmm. Because there's so much... I feel like there's such an abundance of love and like... an overflow of passion and just positive energy.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And so I invite them in to kind of enhance that or to support that or to protect it. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, guys. I'm eating nuts.
I was waiting for her to say because these nuts are delicious.
They're sweet. They're sweet nuts.
But I get that. It's a good. It's definitely when it's right. It's definitely a good energy. I think that and I mean I'm just gonna. I'm not a man, so speaking from a woman's perspective, it's. I think sometimes men get surprised when the woman that they've been with for years, goes to somebody else and they find out that she's a whole lot more sexually adventurous than you knew her to be. Let me tell you something. The right energy will bring stuff out of you didn't even know you had up in there.
Girl, I'm a hoe.
I did not know I was such a little mess.
I'm like, would you like to spank me?
Right. What?
Would you like to choke me?
All of that.
Because what would you like to do?
But you know why? Because trust.
I'm like, whatever you want to do, you can get it.
So when you are doing things for gain,
yeah.
For a reason, out of fear, because think about it. If you're having sex, for gain, that's because you have a mentality of lack. So you think that I'm lacking something,
and then you always be in lack,
and then you always gonna be having sex for gain. So if you just think about how just even a mind shift can change the way that your sex life is. When you put yourself back in a power seat, it's like we know, especially women, we love doing stuff to try to convince ourselves that we just don't really want to fuck. So we'll get drunk, like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I was a little tipsy. No, you wasn't tipsy. You wanted to do that, and you have this excuse to make yourself like. Why do we have to do that to ourselves? Because honestly, it's natural.
It's like,
for
just
us.
say I wanted to have a one night stand.
I wanted to, and so even for me, it's like no, I want to experience that.
Yeah,
and so that's because it's the energy. It's like I'm telling you. Listen, my energy be right, and they can put a couple syllables together.
But see, okay, so let me go back. So there is a difference. So after my first divorce, there was a period where I started to date. That was fun, by the way. That was very fun.
She's like, that was a good time.
That was a good time.
I had a
so there was this guy.
Good time after
right, and there was this guy that I met at this club, and we had a one night stand, which ended up being not a one night stand because we kept in touch and ended up doing a second day, and the second time was horrible. But
because you were sober.
Yes. So the thing is, I think there's a difference between, and I'm sharing this because this is what I did. So I was not attracted to his energy. I was attracted to, he dressed nice. He smelled good.
Yes.
During this time, Hummers were big. He drove a Hummer. And, I ended up going home with him, and it was wonderful. But then the second time, I was just like, this sucks. Like, why did I even do this?
Well, you got to think. But okay, did you answer that question for yourself? Why,
Well, I just wanted to share with the people that are listening that there's a difference between being attracted to someone's energy and being attracted to what people have. Like, I was attracted to what he had. I wasn't attracted to his energy. So just, be mindful.
Well, I was okay, but to be fair,
and be responsible.
True. But we're gonna keep it 100. We are talking about energy, but I would say, but physical attraction does play a part for me as well.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But my point is, their energy still has to be there. You can't be fine enough. There is not a man walking fine enough whose energy is fucked up that I want to fuck.
Yeah, no, his energy. He wasn't a fucked up person.
I don't care who. You know what I mean? But I'm saying that's at 43.
No, but it's true.
That's at 43 though.
Because when I was dating, this was during the time. Actually, I got on a dating app because anyway, that's a different story. So there's this one guy that I went out to, and he was so nasty to the waitresses and to the hostesses, and his attitude was horrible. And after that, I was just like, I'm not interested. At all. So yes,
seriously. So when somebody has
follow the energy, ladies,
you could be you can't be rich enough, fine enough. I don't care how low it hang, how thick and wide it is. God bless you for that. But still, you know what I mean. Like you can't have enough. And I think that's also a difference.
Yeah. So we are. Oh my goodness, we're almost at an hour, and we still have a lot of stuff to talk about. So let me quickly go back to sex magic. So there was this book that I got, and it did not resonate with me, and I think that's something that you guys need to start picking up. So if you're listening to this podcast and you've listened to multiple episodes, use your intuition, and it will tell you whether or not something is good for you or not, whether it's something that's meant for you or not. And so, like, sex magic is not necessarily something like this particular book that I wrote. I think it even talked about having sex in the middle of a pentagram and like doing certain. That does not resonate with me. It may resonate with someone else. It does not resonate with me, and that's okay. I know it works for me. But I will say that you can use sex to manifest. And one of the things that I've done is whenever I orgasm, I will visualize what it is that I want to bring into my life. And then when I have the orgasm, that's like, I don't know how it works, but Have you heard about that? Like using sex to manifest things?
So I can tell you, like, it's funny. Me and my ex-husband talked about this recently. I know that oftentimes we would have sex to clear our minds and kind of come like.
Oh, he
if he
about
could.
it?
Yeah, no. If he like seriously, if he's like and work he couldn't figure out something, he'd be like, I really need to have sex. Like, you know what I mean? And so because it gets you to a place. So I can tell you that I have been at the point of orgasm and something I couldn't figure out. I'm like,
absolutely.
Oh my God, that's it.
And then
it's like immediately. So I definitely think it opens you up to the point where you're able to be creative and remember and come up with ideas. I mean, that's happened to me. I'm telling you. And this is why I don't understand why people like stop it. The world leaders need to have sex more. I'm telling.
To be honest, like me and my partner, we talk about this all the time. Like the world would be a better place if everyone was having sex, and not just sex, but good sex.
Yeah, true that. True.
But I do agree with that. Like once you have sex, it opens you up to just being able to think. I'm for that.
Do you think? Okay, I want to just hit on porn real fast. So, I'm a firm believer in anything that a system tries to demonize that's natural to a person is because there's power in it. So I'm like, yeah.
Black people. I'm sorry.
Cheers.
Okay.
She said what she said, and that's exactly what I was talking about.
And I meant what I said.
But, and sex being one of them. So it makes you think anytime it's just like this much money, time, and effort, like literally.
Right.
Mind control, all these things to get people to think of sex in a certain way is for a reason, especially when they know people still doing it. So that's why you have, all of these places where people have to secretly go to, let people know that they're, all this crazy stuff. But here's the thing. I forgot what in the skit that diddly damn I was talking about. Demonizing it, that means that there's something to it. So then that makes me start to question, okay, so this must be real powerful if you don't want me doing this, or you make, there's a, like, and I feel like, and I know there are going to be people who disagree with me. I don't have a problem with porn. It doesn't do anything for me.
It doesn't do anything for me.
But I don't have a problem for it. But it's a whole industry literally created to seem like it's secrecy, like and like it keeps it in the dark, and and people there's something appealing. And we keep it 100. It's something appealing sometimes about doing something that you're not supposed to.
Absolutely. Like there's a thrill behind it. Like okay, no one's gonna find out. We're not supposed to.
So
do
then
this.
we create this whole industry to make it dark and secret. And then spend another billions of dollars to decry it and talk about how terrible it is and how these people are going to hell and all of these things. And so it's like we're creating we're literally creating duality. And I'm trying to figure out, but for what? Because to distract me from what? Oh, it must be something to this sex thing. And I think that's when I start to really think about it. Like, if everybody really was having sex from an energy perspective, where you can create and manifest, and manifestation could be a child,
right?
It could be ideas, it could be a partnership, it could be, but like, if you look at it as meditation, if it's worldwide meditation.
Oh, I'm about to meditate tomorrow. First thing. After the gym.
If it's worldwide meditation, and then that's a lifting of a consciousness at the same time.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Okay, yes.
So, what do you think about orgies or swingers? Like that whole lifestyle. And that is a lifestyle. And the reason why I'm asking that is because I have participated. But I do think that, so I feel like it kind of comes with maturity, because I was in a space where I was just free and I was open and I was down. But now that I understand that there was an exchange of energy, I'm not so open. But I will say that this particular group, like, they know everyone. Like, who's participating. Oh, my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. How's Bob and the kids? I heard that you had surgery.
Stop it!
I Why you had surgery?
She is making this up.
I'm not.
To be,
no, like they had this.
So
like
how
before,
do you have the so then when do you cut off this?
So there was like a welcome. I don't know how
it's like
to,
a meet and greet. Everybody catches up with how's your mom?
Right. Like last time we heard.
Are they naked? Right. I'm just curious.
No, they're not. But it's like, last time we talked, your mom was going in for surgery. How is she doing? Did she recover?
You're serious.
I'm very serious. I'm absolutely serious.
You know, I don't know why I'm surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised.
They know each other.
Because it's a cult. Because it is like you said, it is a lifestyle.
She was about to say it's a cult.
I was not about to say culture.
It's culture. But cult is short for culture.
Yes. I was gonna say
it's not a bad thing, you guys.
No, I wasn't gonna say cult. I meant like it's.
Oh, but let me talk about this.
Yeah,
I haven't shared this with you. Okay, so in my pastime, I'm sorry, you guys. You know, I get excited about stuff. So in my pastime. There is this, and this is real life, you guys. There is this group of people. It's called Carbonation, led by this guy who believes he is the Messiah. His name is Eligio the Christ, but he keeps changing his name like every month. But it's a sex cult. And so
this is my okay. Go ahead.
It's a sex cult, and he promotes polygamy, but then the woman that he's with isn't down for polygamy, and then 1 week she's down for it, and then she gets pissed because he had sex with like the other women in the cult, and then she leaves, and then he beats her ass, and then she comes back, and so she has a baby.
So this is a manipulator.
Yeah, but this is a whole real thing, but he uses sex as a means to control the women in his group.
Ding, ding, ding. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. That's how you know how powerful sex is. Sex is definitely a
very powerful, because every woman that comes, and you guys can look them up,
and which is why we need
Carbonation.
to be careful whose energy we take in.
Right. So every woman that comes to the tribe, I'll just say it, a tribe, he has sex with them. And he is actually, so there's a woman that just came out with a book, like How to Escape a Cult, and she's been talking about this and sharing about it online. But one of the things that he said is, in order for you to gain my wisdom, in order for you to be a part of my, to be at one with my spirit, you have to take my seed. And the best way for you to take my seed is through anal sex.
Wait, you just threw me completely off. Really? So he just has that? Oh, because he doesn't want to have babies. That's why. Okay.
But I mean, But then he was saying, his seed is too strong. So if you are not in alignment with his teachings, you won't be able to bear his children.
Because you're gonna get pregnant through your ass.
No, you won't. But that's the quickest way for you to receive his spirit and his word.
Oh, so if your spirit, because if you're not strong enough of a, let me tell you something.
This is real life.
I know a pimp when I hear one.
Real life. He used to be a stripper in Atlanta.
Oh, I love it. Yes,
I'm telling you, real life. I'm
absolutely.
Like, why do people even watch TV? You have this shit going on in real life. Like, for real. I'm just like, this is anyway. So that shows you the power of sex.
I would tell you this: the orgy situation, definitely not for me. I'm too paranoid. I'm way too paranoid. But
are you guys sneaking behind my back?
But no, it's not. It's not because I don't think that people should be able to do that. It's literally my paranoia. It's just.
Oh, I was paranoid too. I'm like, I'm gonna run into someone that I went to church with.
Like it's a, you know what I mean?
Because there are people that I meet now. They're like, oh, I know you from somewhere. School? No. Hospital? Nope.
Goodbye. You're like, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I'm sure that's it. Okay, see ya. Right. You crazy. Oh, please. No, but seriously, I think. So I think that, again, the truth in it. If you have a group of people who are on the same page, same intention, and they are very clear on what it is that they're on. And I'm not saying that it has to be, our intent here is to raise the consciousness of the neighborhood. So we have 10 neighbors come. It doesn't have to be that. It could be like, we are here for carnal pleasure. It doesn't matter what that is here for. Right. I'm here for experimentation. I'm here because whatever it is, but if everybody's on the same page and they're consenting, I don't see a problem with it.
Right. Do you, boo?
All I want people to always remember is think about afterwards. We always think up to. We always like, okay, this is gonna be so fun, and then we never think about, okay, so then after I do that, what happens?
When you see yourself in the mirror, like how do you
feel?
Right.
Like, are you okay with it? And you're like, yeah, I got this. I'm fine with it. Okay, but I'm just saying, for real, think this through. After this happens, and even say, I had a ball. I enjoyed myself. Because at that time,
yeah, I did have a ball.
You know what I mean? Like, seriously, at that moment I was in it. So you can be, and then you're like, okay, knowing me how I know me, you got to ask yourself, how am I going to feel afterwards? And so that would have that.
As long as I don't run these people, I'm fine. Because we had half the house watching.
When I start having them type of conversations, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm.
Would I do it again? No.
I feel you.
But that was also maturity too. That comes with maturity, because that happened right after my first divorce.
Let me tell you something. I know super grown, very wealthy people in Chicago who that is their lifestyle.
Oh yeah, I had a friend that I was on the board
their
with.
Lifestyle.
No, I know, because I had a friend that was on the board
together,
with.
You would be shocked.
Yeah, this guy that I was on the board with, because I believe in volunteer and service, but he actually approached me. Had me meet up with him and his girlfriend for dinner, and he was like, so the next day, so what'd you think about my girlfriend? Yeah, she was really feeling you. And I'm just like, she's not my type.
Sorry. Like, but I wasn't feeling
right. So we talked about orgies and swinger parties, and we've already talked about, sex is an exchange of energy, regardless. Yes. And I think that's key, and I think that's important for people to know. And is that energy that you are okay and willing to take on? Okay, so let's talk about this. I can't share about this because I've never had this experience. But sex with spirits, some people do that.
So, okay, I can't say that I don't think I've ever had sex with a spirit, but I could tell you for certain that I have had an orgasm from a meditation. I can see that. I can see that. Depending on, especially if I'm having, like, it's just if I'm visualizing and I'm telling, like,
I can see that though.
But I think that, so I wouldn't, that's what I'm saying, I wouldn't call that me having, it's not like I called the enemy spirit. Mm-mm. It was like I was meditating, and like, I'm talking about like a full-on orgasm. I tell her, like, I'm like, whoever this man is, baby, I can't wait to meet him. But
please hurry, please, sir,
please, sir, I miss you. So I would say that, but having had that, I can see how somebody can have sex with a spirit, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't, now, because I'm an old dirty woman that loves her dirty self, honestly, I don't even have to be meditating. I can make, this is why I'm saying that
I'm not there yet.
Oh girl,
I'm jealous.
I can make
but
myself
I like
awful.
being.
I'm just saying, I know that I can do that, so that's what I'm saying. For me, this is exactly why having an orgasm is not it's just like, oh, I just want to have an orgasm. Give me 5 minutes by myself, and I can't touch myself. Okay, turn out the light. It's like, do you know what I mean? So my point is, if I'm choosing to engage with someone, it's because I really, really, really want to, because I don't need you to have an orgasm. So if I'm like, ooh, I want you, it's like, it's something else to that.
Well, yeah, I don't need a man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't need a man.
Not need a man isn't like, but I'm just saying, like, in order for me to reach a height of pleasure, is my point. Like, I don't need nothing. Like, not a thing, not an object.
I don't need it either. Not a spirit.
But so that's why when I choose and say yes, that, like, trust and believe is for a reason, and it's something else, because I can make that happen by myself. So it's never gonna be like, oh, I just want to have orgasm. No, it's gonna be like, it's something about that I need. I need that in my life, and keep it coming as much as possible.
Keep it coming with the you.
I can see how people could do that.
I feel like that's just tapping into another.
Now, I wouldn't suggest it.
I'm not. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm not.
So my thing is, I can see how people could do it, but my thing is, what do you? I don't know. Look, I'm like, because do you? That's a hard one. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Look, my intuition and my heart space says nope. Nope.
You said nope. So yeah, but I put like this. That's not anything that I'm willing to try.
I'm not gonna judge you though. You tell me.
No,
that's
I'm
your
just saying
business.
I'm not willing to try. Is my point.
I'm not willing to try either.
I'm not willing to try, but I'm not judging.
But if
I'm
Mia
not willing
decides to
try.
come to me and tells me that she done did it, I'll be like, oh, okay. How was it? Was it good? All right. Cool. No judgment though.
No judgment zone.
Because that's your business.
Okay. So what's our time like?
Ooh.
So
We've been talking about sex, you guys, for an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad at all. So I'll tell you this. This is I think that overall, sex is natural. Mm-hmm. And I think if done right, it's an opportunity for you to connect with your spiritual self. If done with the intention of, done with the intention of connecting with your spiritual self. And just remember, it's an exchange of energy. But I will tell you this, and this is for, and probably more for men than it is for women. But for
I'm sorry.
Women, go ahead.
So I think that's another reason why I invite my guides in too, because it is almost like a meditative, spiritual experience for me. Like it is a spiritual experience for me. It's not just, I'm having sex and I'm, throwing it back like that. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual throwback.
But
why did she just pop me?
Give me the pen.
Why did she just pop me?
Because I got an idea. That's why. Sorry, go ahead. Keep talking. I gotta get this.
Oh, where's the pen?
Oh.
But no, like it becomes like a spiritual. Ooh, I'm gonna like it. Ooh, is this for the temple work? Can I do it too?
You gonna love it.
I'm about to do this temple work. Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh no! This is something you just said. Wait, hold on. Keep going.
Okay, so basically, for me, it is a spiritual experience, and so Mia talked about that. Like, if you look at sex as being pure energy, which is being shared, and it's not physical. She asked this question: how many people would you have been intimate with if you would share the energy with that person again? Like, if you can think back to all of your partners, or even if it was just one partner, if you just knew that it was just an exchange of energy, would you do it again? And if the answer is no, then you know that the way that you are thinking of sex is
not necessarily in a spiritual way,
right?
But I think our point is it doesn't. Our message is, you guys, you don't have to choose between your sexual self and your spiritual self.
It's one.
Thank you. Then, when we talk about this, everything is inside of us. So you being a sexual person does not make you more or less spiritual. It's about you controlling your own sex life. You know what I mean? And for how you want to use it. But know that having a sexual desire and a sexual life does not. It's like it's natural to your body. Where do you think
doesn't
it came
make you
from?
bad.
It's just, you know what I mean?
Doesn't make you sinning or sinful.
Make you sin.
Makes you human. So
I think that. Okay, I'll say this. Here's the takeaway, guys. If you don't put your self-value in your sex.
Yeah, don't do that.
However, value your sex like your life depends on it.
There you go.
Okay? So I'm going to repeat that.
Yeah, I need to type that out. Go ahead and say that.
Dang, what did I just say? It was good right there. Okay, I remember. Don't place your value in your sex. Right, because we know a lot of men who place their value in their penis. Women who I can make men do that's their value, but value your sex to the point where your life depends on it. You know what I mean? Because it does, and physically, like we could talk about, we didn't even get into all the stuff that can happen if you're blah blah blah, diseases, stuff you can't get rid of, all that.
It's real out here, guys.
That's real.
And I'm already a hypochondriac.
Also, and let's talk about spiritual diseases. That is a thing. So that's it. It's like, your value is not in your sex organs. How you do it, that does not define who you are. That doesn't define your value. But if you don't value that, you are putting yourself in a lot of harm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Man, who are you pointing to?
I'm pointing. I see him. I'm pointing.
She was like, she's in somebody's face. I'm like, who are you pointing to?
I don't know what you're talking about, Christy. So, get your cards. You're doing a thingy.
Oh, I'm doing what?
A thingy. Cards. Well, I did the, So, our homework, guys.
Okay.
Because I didn't do it. So, this is real. So, whether or not you agree that your sex is connected to how to your spirituality is neither here nor there. But what I do want everyone to do, just for kicks and giggles, and plus it'll be very revealing for you, and hopefully it'll help you to make very informed decisions about the people that you want to share your energy with. So the question that we asked, just in terms of if sex was only an exchange of energy, there was no physical piece or part to this. None of this stuff mattered. No boobs, no penises, none of that. It was literally just an exchange of energy between people. And you think about everyone who you've had sex with. Would you have sex with them again, knowing that you are taking in their energy?
No.
And then I want you to think about. And then, I'm always going to say, put it in your journals, guys, because this is for you. And then think about if there is someone who you would repeat with. It could be your current partner. You know what I mean? Whomever that is. And just like, what is it about them that would make you want to continue or share energy with them again? Because then that tells you a lot about your true desires. Like the desires that you have that are beyond just that carnal space. Because when you start thinking about because whatever it is that person's energy has is something that's feeding and fulfilling you, then you're like, yes, I want that energy again. Not that thing that they have. Like, just get all that out the way. And this is just for you. And I think at the end of the day, it's really about being honest with ourselves about what we want, okay, and who we are. So that is our temple work for the week. So get your journals out, guys.
I thought the temple work was going to be to have sex as much as you can for the first week and journal about it.
Oh.
No,
actually,
because
that's a great idea.
Because I was starting to, make arrangements to make that happen.
You were going to do that anyway. You just wanted an excuse. You're like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Right. I'm going to do the temple work with you guys. We're in this together.
You're like, I want to abandon you guys. Team.
Right. Okay. Hey, teamwork makes the dream work.
Do you want to do the crystal first?
Yeah. Yes. So the crystal of the week. I mean, we're talking about sex, you guys. So the crystal that, of course, came up for me. And, but actually, before I get into the crystal, I also have my sacral chakra bowl that I got from Lotus Stem, which is good for opening up that space up. So, because, the whole, sexual energy is in the sacral space. You said what?
Say relax.
Relaxing?
Relax it.
Yes, relax the coochie, you guys.
Please.
Relax her. Relax her. Relax the kitty cat. Meow. You don't want to have a cat that's like, wow! You want to have a cat. You want to have a cat that's meow.
Please. Oh. Okay, please. Okay, I'm better.
So the crystal of the week.
I just snorted.
She did snort.
Oh my
Carnelian.
goodness.
Okay, I gotta hold this. So I mean, it's.
I just let it free, honey. Okay.
I'm sorry, we just drank through a bottle of wine, and there's no more left. And I saw that you were pouring some. I try. I really do. I try to have snacks and stuff. I'm not good at this stuff. Mia's better.
I'm over here happy with my cheese and cookies and my raspberries.
Because smoked Gouda is bombs. That's life.
Oh.
All right, so the crystal of the week is carnelian, and I have this one, and it's funny because this particular carnelian taught me a lesson. So Mia was telling me about her heart-shaped carnelian that she has. Shut up! See? She's over here judging. Okay, so...
Please breathe.
So she has this heart-shaped carnelian crystal in her kitchen because carnelian is great for creativity. So she has it in her kitchen so that when she's cooking, the energy is just vibing through her kitchen and she's being creative with the meals that, it's cooked with love and creativity. So I was like, ooh, I want a carnelian heart. So I found something online. Be quiet. I found something online. I was like, ooh, carnelian heart. So I ordered it. I was so excited for the thing to come. And then when it came, I was like, what is this? This doesn't look like a heart. It looks like a booty.
Well, your carnelian was for sex.
You said what?
Your carnelian is for sex.
This one?
Yes, a booty. You got a booty.
So when I first got it, I was kind of mad because I was like, this is not a heart. And then I meditated with it. And one of the lessons that this taught me, and I'm sharing this, I'm sorry, it's kind of lengthy. The reason why I'm sharing this is because this crystal taught me that regardless of the shape, sometimes in life things don't come the way that we expect them to look or appear, but it still will do the job.
Oh.
So I was checked. I was like, oh, okay.
Who's gonna check me, boo? Because you sure just checked me.
This crystal checked me. I was like, okay, I felt kind of bad. So anyway, so now it's one of it does look like a booty, but it's one of my favorite crystals now because it schooled me. So carnelian, so the element is fire. So this crystal is perfect for vitality and sexuality.
Now, in sex, we don't want shit on fire. That means you're burning, okay? I'm sorry.
Now, you see what she did?
But
we don't want you guys to have the element of fire in that way.
But we just meant, it's for action.
If you feel fire, then you might want to go and check it out. Like, get
No, but seriously though, if you do, that's like, a real thing.
You might want to get that checked out if you do feel fire. I'm just. See, Mia.
Oh my goodness.
So this crystal, it's a variety of, is it chalcedony? I don't know how to pronounce that.
That's how I say it.
Okay, so it's a mineral. It's in the quartz family, and the Mohs hardness is 7. And so, honestly, back in ancient times, carnelian was believed to give the wearer courage in a battle and to help timid speakers become eloquent and bold. And
honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not, because I can't remember the verse. I'm going to shut up. Keep going.
Well, what I was going to say is that crystals have been actually mentioned in the Bible. There was a conversation that I participated in not too long ago where someone was saying that people who work with crystals, it's witchcraft, but it is not. If you look it up, it's in the Bible. And I'm sure it's predated before the Bible. But anyway, so the physical and spiritual properties of carnelian is it activates the lower chakras. So honestly, chakras 1 through 3. So we start from the root, sacral, and then solar plexus. And so it brings an influx of life force, sexual and creative energy. So, different positions. You guys can be creative.
Enjoy yourself.
I'm over here
drooling.
Just
be honest with yourself. And if you're in a situation where you're feeling like you're not able to be free yourself, because I'm telling you something.
You want a partner, right?
Your sexuality when you are spiritually free is some other
Yes. Shit. And when I tell you sex in the 40s is completely different. Now I understand why my parents were getting it in while I was in high school. I understand.
And you're like, oh, I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
It all makes sense now. Now I understand. So one, sexuality can get a boost from carnelian. It helps to strengthen and fortify the physical body. It also enhances the flow of life energy, life force energy, and its expression through physical vitality. So carnelian helps to assist in taking action to manifest one's highest goals and dreams. And you guys already know how I meditate with the crystals. I work with it in my left hand, which is the receiving hand, and that is actually what I've done with it. This is, and I've already shared my meditation experience with this, but this is a feel-good crystal for me. How have you used carnelian?
Well, I love the carnelian that I have in my kitchen. It is
beautiful.
I love that stone, and I think
beautiful.
I think I do a lot more stuff intuitively, so I like being in the kitchen. Christians, I'm kind of like a little. I really like cooking and baking.
Too.
You know what I mean? Like it's so the energy in there, and you know, the stone in the kitchen to me, it makes it. Like I already like being in there, so and the stone makes it like it's like I'm having such a good time in there, and I think once I put that stuff, I do a lot more creative things in the kitchen. It's more like I'm just like I'm putting different flavors together, and it allows me to do that. And I also have a rose quartz with that. So
the food is made with love.
Yes, and then of course clear quartz. So to make sure that I Reiki all our food. Christy be laughing at me.
No, I'm like, look, do whatever you need to do, just make it quick because the sister is hungry. I really, I think, what you call it, a feel good stone? I think that's a great way to. It makes you feel
to
good.
me, and I have not used this in the bedroom, but now that you're saying this,
Ooh.
I totally would do this. I want to get one for my bedroom when I get my decided.
When she gets her book,
because I do. You look, I'm like, she ready.
He coming.
She's ready again.
Look,
okay, it's time.
Her body's getting snatched. Her body's snatched now.
Oh. I'm about to snatch
somebody's
son's home. I ain't say nothing. But I'm curious to include that in a sexual experience, because I feel like the energy of that is. I feel like that's a kind of a fun.
Yeah, especially like the the creativity.
You guys have to keep. For my bedroom.
You guys have to keep it fun. And if you are with, I mean, honestly, like the whole sex thing that we've been talking about is an exchange of energy. But you want to make sure that you are exchanging energy with someone that you trust and that you feel safe with. That makes you feel good. That makes you feel like you are protected. But whatever you do outside of that, that's your business. Because there's no judgment here.
No judgment, because I can't. Because baby, I ain't got time to go through some. You
already know I've already been there.
But you guys, here's the big thing. Whoever it is you're engaging with sexual activity, when we say feel safe, honestly, the best thing is when you feel safe to be who you are. If you have to be somebody else, act a certain way, so you just might want to take a moment or two just to figure out.
Yep.
Okay, why am I?
And then talking about safety, like if you guys are into that kinky shit, you have to make sure you have a safe word. So whatever that word is, whether it's red, blue, white.
Which one do you use?
I'm working on that. I actually talked to my partner about that because I have been very, very fascinated with the whole BDSM community and all of that stuff. I've been very curious. There is something to suppression of air when you're having an orgasm and a release. Not that I know anything about it. I know all about it, but not that I know anything about it. But she was like, not that I know anything. I know all about it. Like her mouth was pressed in the.
There is something to that, but when I say you need to make sure somebody don't choke the life out of you.
Right.
Trust. Can you please Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So my partner. Because I do like nerdy men. I like nerdy men. I like smart people. I love smart people. So I think like those type of men are kind of like very
good. Yes.
As far as like going outside of that boundary, I think.
I'm I'm up now.
She's awake. But because of the type of men that I like, I think most of them are just not ready to really tap into that yet, or they're nervous.
We don't know unless we ask.
Oh, I've asked. Like, I mean, my.
I'll tell you this. Christy don't have narrow problem. She did the tongue thing. That's not like one of her things. I bite a little bit more, and I'm like, oh,
Well, I can't hold my tongue. Like I feel like.
No, I mean like, and not like you snapping off.
Like
I'm talking about when,
wise?
like I can't see you like if you're into us and you're not gonna be like, how is he gonna think about it? Be like, so yeah, I'm thinking about BDSM. What you think? Like I can't see you not doing that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Like, what do you think about kink? Like, what do you think about anal sex? Like, what do you think about? Oh, I noticed that during sex you inserted your thumb in my ass. Okay, so what does that mean? You want to go that route now? Like
only Christy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, how are you? Good. So last night, I noticed. I happened to notice that you put your thumb in my asshole. So what's that about? That's the type of conversation she'd have. I'm like, wait, am I supposed to say something about this?
I'm sorry, it's true. Like, no lies.
Hey, you remember? I'd be like, you remember that thing you did?
That thing. Remember that thing? Remember?
It was like
it was after.
It was after the. When I put my leg down, it was
See, I don't have time for that.
I got time for that. So yeah, notice you put your thumb in my ass. So how you feeling about that?
You want me to do that to you too? I mean, Kanye. I heard that Kanye West likes that too. Is that something you would like for me to do to you? Because I've done it.
I will say this though.
That and oral sex is good.
They do.
That and oral sex will send a man to his knees.
To the
knees. I'm telling you. Look, when my friend said that I should teach a workshop, I was like, I mean, I'm still figuring stuff out. Look,
I'm telling you. I would say, as I was talking about being an intuitive cook, I'm an intuitive fuck too.
That is right.
Whatever the energy is saying at that time, because sometimes it can be like
reverse cowgirl
and this and blah, blah, and sometimes it'll be like without even saying words, it's like, oh, you need this thing thrown back at you. Okay,
I mean, you always have to throw back. You can't.
But
be lazy.
I'm talking about like you don't do nothing. You just want to sit there. Like you don't be lazy.
My favorite.
Don't not be a lazy.
My favorite is reverse cowgirl.
See, I'm gonna tell you.
You need the thighs though, like. You need the thighs.
You can't do that on legs.
No,
you're not getting reverse cowgirl
on Wednesdays.
Okay?
No,
you're not getting that.
No,
because these thighs, or posterior chain day.
Oh yeah, no.
So you got a good 2 days out the week. You're not getting that because
we got to include the recovery because you know me, we work out together. So you have to include the recovery day.
You have. Especially when you on those feet.
Well, today was arms for me. Look, my lunch afternoon appointment was arms, arms and back. So the bare time.
Your legs at 5 o'clock this morning, so you had a full body workout. Pretty much. Pretty much. In course.
But on arm day, I'm just like this.
Look, okay, I take that back, y'all. We ain't recording nothing. Okay,
I'm keeping it real.
Okay, yeah. Whew, we got wait. Christy just did a carpool. Oh, wait, let me get my life together. Okay, I'm back.
Oh, let's do the affirmation too. So I think I wanted to start including this affirmation.
Love this.
Do we have any questions for tonight? Let me see.
Yes, we do. Oh, no.
Is that old?
Yeah,
one?
that's the old one.
So, an affirmation for this particular one as far as sex is, I am filled with the vital energies of life and I take action with confidence and power. I think that's pretty cool.
I like that. Because, again, this is about accepting, acknowledging your power. And being in the seat of power, especially when you are exchanging or taking in somebody's energy. Look, everybody, look, if you are one of these people who will sage your house when somebody leaves because you want people's energy out your house, and you not checking people's spiritual energy, and you in exchange, like, you know, like, for real, I just need y'all to think about that. So think about that temple work tonight.
Because sex is, I mean, one of the most intimate things that you can do with another person.
I just even like the word intimate.
You are literally sharing a piece of yourself with that person, and they are sharing a piece of themselves with you.
Share with me.
But it's funny because so my partner, because we talk about sex. Like, afterwards, we're like, okay, let's debrief.
Oh my God!
No, like, for real, it's like, what the hell was that?
Do you do the play-by-play?
Oh yeah, especially if it was okay. So that was a squirt.
Who Monday morning quarterbacks their own shit?
Right. So we're like, okay, so what was that? Okay, so you definitely squirted today. So that was a new orgasm, or like you really came. Like, we talk about that type of stuff.
That is so cute.
But one of the things that he said is that when we're intimate, there's a point in time where he has a hard time deciphering between himself and me, because we actually become like connected.
Ooh, yes, child.
And when I tell you today is Wednesday, so on Monday, ooh.
You okay? Wake up. Come back to us.
It's, again, if you are not waiting out in the bushes, or like hiding behind someone's car, or waiting for them, you know, staking out at the job.
Please do not listen to this.
And I was telling my partner, I'm like, you have to be, you need to be happy that I'm not like crazy, because I would be at the house like, is your dad home?
I'm done.
I see the light on. I see the light in this. I see the light on in his office. Oh, can you get your daddy, please?
Girl, let me tell you something. When I'm not about this situation, oh my God!
I'm telling you, I understand. Like, with him, I understand how women can be like dick whipped. I get it. I never realized. Like, I'm for real. Like, if I wasn't mature, I would be like cuckoo. I would be for real, like, oh, he's not working today.
So what is he doing? Because we supposed...
Man.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I told him, I'm like, man, maybe we can, like, video record this shit, because this is good.
So you have it on your phone so you can play back your track.
See, I'm scared to do that stuff.
Ooh. Let me tell you something.
I'm scared to do that. Because then it's just like, oh, how did that come out?
No, girl, I'm going to tell you something. You need to see it. You might... You want to know how? Because I got video in my head, like, I'm that. I'm saying, you look at it like, and then watch it. They be like, oh,
oh, you like that?
Oh,
okay.
But again, y'all, with someone you trust, and you know, it can't be temporary trust. Because somebody get mad at you,
like, you can't be the flavor of the week.
Don't bully people with their videos, y'all. Don't do that. That's bogus.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm at that point yet. I actually just started sending nudes. I hope my mother's not listening to this, but
honey, your cup is blown. Your mama know you at home now. It's over.
I mean, it's been with one person, so maybe not a whole, but maybe just a little bit of a freak, just a little.
Happiness over everything. That's what Janae Rico says. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That's what she says. I accept her definition.
Right. I'm all for that. All right, so let's do the card pull.
Yes.
So this is interesting. I have never ever pulled this card. So this is a new deck. So this is the Threads of Fate deck. It is beautiful.
It is pretty. Transmute.
This is their rose gold edition. So they are these black cards with rose gold.
It's like a matte black. Is that matte?
It's matte.
It's a nice little black, and
oh my goodness, it's so pretty.
It's gold foil type-ish, right?
Mm-hmm. So the card is called Transmute. And so here is the message. So within you lies the ability to take dense energy and turn it into a lighter and higher vibration. You can do this in response to constricting situations, difficult relationships, or blockages within your internal landscape. Sometimes we do not need to consciously work at the issue, but simply have the intention of doing so. So this card, the transmute card, is an invitation to identifying that which needs to shift and creating a sacred container for you for what you want to transmute. So there are 3 things on this card. There's a scarab, there's a lady's mantle, and there's a moldavite. So this particular deck, it deals with
Wait, is that what?
like an animal.
This is a moldavite?
So it's really like they kind of, the moldavite I think is hidden in there. I have no idea what it is, but it's like an artistic version of all these 3.
Yeah.
So there's a scarab, so there's like an animal, there's a plant, and then there's a crystal. And so the scarab it's like all beetles, the scarab goes through a metamorphosis, which is often associated with rebirth. Ooh, I love rebirth. However, the scarab's magic also lies in its egg-laying ritual. The scarab will take a piece of dung and roll it east to west, eventually laying eggs from within the dung. After about a month, it rolls the dung into water to soften it, and the eggs can finally hatch. The scarab invites you to look at the world, even that which seems mundane and dung-like, shitty, as an opportunity for alchemy and rebirth. And you guys can do this with sexual energy. Lady's mantle, morning dew. Morning dew has always been revered as a magical substance. So when ancient alchemists saw how lady's mantle held morning dew on her petals, popping petals, and
Petals
leaves,
popping.
there we go. They named her Alchemila. So sometimes we know a truth but are unable to fully grasp and integrate it, and this is where Lady's mantle shines. Call upon her when you need help transmuting that which you know into something you can embody. So moldavite, we haven't talked about this crystal yet, you guys.
Manifestation episode.
See, I was thinking pyrite for that one. Moldavite is like, I feel like that's another.
That's all of the world.
That is an advance. We talk about the beginning and we talk about those crystals. Anyway, but moldavite, so there's a lot of mystery surrounding moldavite, as we're not sure exactly how it comes to beyond the fact that it comes from space. So moldavite is basically pieces of a meteorite, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And so the strongest theory is that it comes from an impact of a giant meteor. We talked about that 14.7 million years ago. And so because of this, there's a typo, people. You guys need to have me edit your stuff. Anyway, because of this, moldavite brings about quick transformations and shifts, which is so true. Helpful for when you know something needs to be shifted, but you are unsure how. Moldavite brings the mysterious power of the ethers. Is it ethers or ethers? I think it's ethers.
I would say ethers.
Okay, I just said ethers.
But
Okay.
ethereal. But you know what I mean when it's but anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting sidetracked. Use moldavite as an ally when you're feeling stuck and need help shifting out of it. Or use sex.
That's true.
Shifting out when you feel stuck.
Man, or you need to get grounded.
Right. Sex is also good for grounding too. And I never. So why is I'm sorry because we're coming to the end, but why is that? Why does sex ground you? Is it because it puts you in the present moment?
I was about to say, you literally took the words out of my mouth. When you are in the middle of sex, especially if you're doing it right, you aren't anywhere else.
Right.
We can always be someplace else. We can be sitting here talking, and I'm thinking about, I need to do an Instacart. You know what I mean? Like, so that could happen. So, and when you are having your petite mort, you're experiencing a lot of emotions and expressions. So how
and noise.
Yes. So there's a little bit of sadness that means that it's almost over. There's a happy, there's tears. There's there's a lot to
tears
that. There's happiness.
Joy.
There's like that elation. So, and on this time, so it's like it's super just grounding. Like I'm here.
That is true. Like honestly, like I feel that sex puts you back into your body.
Yep. Grounding you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It puts you back. Like you are, like I can, like every piece of my body, I am there. Okay, yeah. Okay. We have been posting on our site as far as like if anyone has any questions to DM us, and I don't think for this week we have any questions. But actually, you know what? No, I'll talk about this one question that someone asked. I mean, I can't really show you, but when the full moon was last week, someone asked about like what are our rituals.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was a really good full moon. But someone was just asking about what our rituals are, and I think we shared some of our rituals in some episodes.
So I think just something in general. I think a lot of people have different rituals, and Christy did. She talked about. She does her goddess bath ritual, but I think that one of the things. Like, it's good to see what other people's rituals are, especially if you're new to it, to kind of get in like, oh, okay, this is what this means. Because, we just set an intention. So we share things like that. But the thing is, really, you're going to do what's good for you. Mm-hmm. I like to... full moon is, I don't. If you guys have heard us speak, I'm literally in love with the moon. Like I feel like
anytime you guys see the moon, think of Mia.
Me. Like I'm just out. So. For me, the rituals are definitely different depending on what I need at that point, and I really do let the energy of the moon kind of tell me. And so this one was definitely a cleansing ritual, and I went outside to the full moon. But one thing I do consistently try to do when it's a full moon, I try to get outside, get up under it. Yeah. I always it's the energy off of it. You guys is amazing to me. So, but. There are a lot of rituals, but I'll tell you this. Full moon is if you are doing a ritual, full moon is for releasing. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about things that no longer serve us, it's something for you to release. But we got to be
grateful for them.
But we got to be grateful for, because we say release what no longer serves you, but at some point it served you. Mm-hmm. So release it with gratitude and love. And I had an amazing release this last full moon. Like, it was really emotional. I mean, I couldn't believe that. You just never. We're just a work in progress.
We all are.
So I figured out some more things that I just needed to release for myself, and it was very difficult for me because I felt like I was breaking up with a boyfriend. Like, don't go, but wait, I love you, right. But you're bad for me. You know what I mean? And so it was kind of that, but then I felt so much better afterwards. Release rituals are good for the full moon. How do you decide what goes in your bath?
Intuition, honestly. Mm-hmm.
What would you suggest?
I definitely like. I mean, you can do an Epsom salt bath or a Himalayan salt bath. So for me, the full moon, so as I'm releasing things, I also think of it as an opportunity for me to just give back to myself and to really, really take care of myself. Because as you're releasing things, like, I feel like it's almost like I'm bringing a new version of myself into this full moon. And so with me, I feel like the bath has kind of become this ritual to, shed off some of the dead cells that no longer need to be there, just to freshen myself up. So I will put in some salt, Epsom salt, throw in some dried flowers. Just keep in mind it makes a mess. Sometimes I'll put crystals in there. It depends. Like you said, it depends on what I need.
So that's... This last one, I did a bath.
Me too, yeah.
And so my cleansing was part of was a lot of sacral and heart for me. So I had the carnelian. I took the carnelian, and then those big rose quartz heart. I put one of those in the bath with me, and it was
that was a nice picture too.
It was. And it was exactly what I needed. You know what I mean? I don't do a bath every full moon. I like taking baths anyway, but that's not part of my normal ritual. I don't do it every full moon. But this time, after I left the water, because remember I went out there and I was like, okay, Chrissy, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna run to the lake, and it was just like, okay, now you need to just go cleanse this, and it was beautiful. It was exactly what I needed.
But then as far as like rituals, you guys can also go back to episode 3, which is when we talk about rituals and what we do and what they mean and what's going to be right for you. So
let's do it to it. Okay, guys. So we have been talking.
Oh my gosh.
This
my
is
favorite
by far
subject.
Our longest one because somebody I don't know what's wrong with this young lady. But so thank you.
You guys, I can talk about sex all day, all day, all day.
Lord Jesus help. I mean,
Like, for
when
real.
you gonna talk about it? You too busy having it. You ain't got time.
I mean, we can talk while we're doing it. So, I mean, we have.
You go. You know what? I'm not. Let you. Like, we're just gonna have a conversation. Oh, I used to have meetings while we were having this. Okay. Anyway, thank you. To all of you for listening
Thank
to
you, guys.
Two Queens and Crystal Things.
Yes.
Before we go, we want to remind you to please show us some love. We appreciate you, and we'd like if you would like, subscribe, and share our podcast. Thank you so much for the support that you guys have been giving.
Yep.
We love the comments. Thank you to the listeners who have reached out for a healing session with Christy
Crystal healing.
or reading with me.
Yep.
Thank you guys. I'm having a ball. So make sure you follow our podcast Instagram page. It's Two Queens Crystal Things. Again, that's Two Queens Crystal Things. You can follow Miss Christie at christy.r.edwards. And that's Christy with an IE, because, girl, she don't play. You better get that IE right. And then
Don't
you can
misspell my name,
follow
you guys.
me at Wings Unleashed 444. To the
And I will tell you, because I refer a lot of my friends and clients to me whenever they feel like they need a little bit more. Like, I can do readings, but I don't know if that's not necessarily my jam. I'm not going to say that's my jam. That's your jam.
My jam.
That is your jam.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's your jam.
Jam it.
Right.
Okay, sorry, guys. All right. So stay tuned next week. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. We'll figure it out. But we're going to have something else next week. We're here every week, every Friday. New podcast for you guys.
Yeah, there's a new podcast every Friday.
If you have questions, DM us. We'll answer them on the next show. Or you can email us at info@twoqueensandcrystalthings.com.
So until next time, beautiful people, thank you for listening to us rattle on, and me, especially me, talking about sex. But we're just, until next time, light, peace, love, and soul. Thank you, guys. Mia's saying goodbye from the background.